Hello guys, today I wanted to talk about, in 6th grade, I was forced, well not really forced, I chose to be a news anchor for my school's news because after school activity, fun. Alright, so I was mostly just the person who would write the stories. I never had to present anything except for one time, which I'll get into later in the video. I was probably the most efficient kid in the group, not gonna lie, because everyone else was just in it for the vine. Really, like, the only people who genuinely cared were the people who were all about basically just trying to get some clout from school, I guess. And, like, it's mostly just girls wanting to socialize, too. I mean, I was probably one of the only students who actually took it as a serious, legit thing, which was my mistake at school. I took it seriously. Like, you never want to do that in school because that's just how you ruin your entire schooling experiences by taking it seriously. Kidding, you should always take school seriously, but always remember, have fun unless your school is making a quote around a Disney song. So literally all I did was just write crappy news stories. Excuse my vulgar language, but I have not had a pleasant evening. My best news story was about my favorite animals at the time, pangolins. If you don't know what they are, you take an anteater, you take a pine cone, you just shove them together in a box, and boom, a pangolin is born. It was on National Pangolin Day, so it was a topic I was really passionate about. I'm so good at Team Run. Okay, so since it was a topic I was really passionate about, and I wrote like a 3-page formatted essay, MLA citations, everything like that, guess who had to present it? Me. And boy oh boy did I cringe so hard watching it in rerun, because it was a pre-recording, so what happened would they would basically have hotkeys like I do for starting and stopping recordings now. What they would do would be they would have hotkeys for like doing different news stories. So when my hotkey came on, oh boy, did I just want to die. Because from that point on, I was known as Pangolin Kid, and that's not a flattering title, if you ask me. It's up to you, that's good enough. So I did a pretty good job. It was a great way for staff members around the school to learn about me, about how I was obsessed with pangolins. I mean, that's how my 7th and 8th grade science teacher got to meet me, so you know I was a wildlife conservationist, I guess. Which was like a real flex but okay moment for me when he met me. Like, cool, you actually care about an animal I do that is being endangered, threatened to almost near extinction almost every day. Cool, we have something in common. Fun. I mean, it was kind of cool to bond over a teacher with something, but it just made it so much harder because then he expected you to have conversations with him. And I do not like socializing with people that much, really, even if they are older than me, and if I say something that offends them, they can possibly just punish me for no reason. I mean, I know that teacher would probably never do anything like that, but I care about my grades too much to take risks. So, me being the only person caring about this club, should say, I was one of the only kids to get yelled at the principal for lack of attendance. Because, like, yeah, like, people just decide, hey, I can slack off and be with my friends during this moment of the hour. Let's do that and actually enjoy school instead of doing this pointless activity. It will literally do me nothing in the future. So that was awesome being the only kid to basically just get yelled at for other people's mistakes. I mean, that's life for you. You get punished for other people's mistakes. That's one thing I hate about the education system in America. Like, it's basically just, only my kid got punished. You have offended me. You have brought dishonor upon my name. It's not my kid's fault for misbehaving. It's your fault for punishing him. Like, no, ma'am. Your kid literally just had to come here, say that he had work, then go to homeroom to either slack off and play cool math games. Like, honestly, it's not that difficult to say, to just straight up lie. Like, I would have to make up tests a lot because, bad immune system as a child. So I would just go in and say, and it would be like, understandable, have a great day. It wasn't like you would be banned to the shadow dimension for it. Which was something cool about middle school, is that just no teacher cares. I was like the person who wrote all the articles too. Like if it wasn't for me, there would be literally no commentary whatsoever, other than the weather outside is cloudy, and it might rain later this week. That would literally be the only commentary if I had not existed. Like, it would have just been pain for the people running the show just to even watch or even just produce, because they would be like, hey, you know that kid who writes every single topic for us? Yeah, he's out the one day of the week, so we literally have nothing to write about or talk about. So, yeah. That's pretty awesome. Oh, I won a game. That's surprising. Another fun thing about this was the fact that I only had one kid in my grade do this with me. And let's just say, me and this kid, we did so many memes. Like, it was just hilarious just to see. Like, we would just put a thing called "This is Bob," and then there would just be a thing made of like different like characters of the alphabet. That was just like, Bob is building an army. You can help Bob by replacing this all over YouTube, and it was a pretty good meme. Not gonna lie. I mean, like, it's not like anyone really saw the final edited version because it would only be us really working on that. And only the 8th graders got to do the editing, which was kind of bullying. I'm not gonna lie. It was literally just the definition of bullying when it came to that. I mean, they did a terrible job too. not even gonna give them that. They did a good job. Like, bruh, please just like make the outro less cringe. Maybe that would make the amount of people who actually pay attention in class go up by like maybe, I don't know, a tenth of a percentile. So yeah, I mean, like, I had fun writing stories. Like, I love writing in general. Like, not like doing book reports or like, I like writing fantasy books and like stuff like that. Like, I have so many things that I've just made up in my head and told myself to fall asleep to. Like, it is insane about some of my ideas. I mean, I could be a New York Times bestseller because literally anyone who has a soul could do that if they just literally just write hello on a page, then send it off to the publisher. I'm pretty sure that they would get. I'm intelligent. That they would just get something about that off that, like just New York Times bestseller. Like literally, my favorite story was basically when I had to do something about holidays. So I basically had to write about the top 10 places to go to like vacation. And guess when I had to write this? A week before vacation. So my work was completely pointless, but we needed filler information. So I got it to my school when they needed me most. Then I was insulted for my terrible acting. Well, not acting, more or less just lack of empathy. I mean, not empathy, just my lack of apathy, sorry. Because I didn't care in, the thing is that my speech teacher, who, I'm sorry if you ever watch this, but you kind of sucked at your job. I know I'm going to sound toxic about saying that, but trust me. You literally had me for 3 years and you didn't make a single change in my speech. So, yeah. She would use these as, like, things to, like, try and correct my speech, and, like, she would get mad at me whenever I didn't go in one because like, I just didn't want to do it. Yeah, so, that was a fun experience. Anyways, this is Firefox PvP, going dark.